fellas. Today I'm going to basically explain to you MCU phases 1 through 3, but I'm an idiot, so this is going to be really fun. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we want to get just a basic timeline. So I'm just going to, the main forward events of the MCU are the Avengers movie. So we got Avengers 1. This is a terrible marker. We got uh, Avengers 1. Okay, so this can be Avengers 1 right here. Come a little further, we got uh, Age of Ultron right there. So basically, Avengers 1, Avengers 2. Come a little bit further down the timeline, we got Infinity War. So that's basically Avengers 3. And come a little bit further down the line, we got End Game. Okay, so for the initial crew for Avengers, we got to introduce the five main guys. Okay, so I'll use this marker for everything. So we got this is point number 1. We have Iron Man. So basically, Iron Man, he's rich. He builds like weapons, and then he in his first movie, Iron Man 1, he gets captured by like these Russian people. I don't know if they're Russian. I think they're Russian, so I'm just gonna say they're Russian. And then he has to build like a super suit in a cave with a box of scraps. And then he escapes out of Russia. I don't know if it's Russia. I think it's Russia. And he is able to make his suit better and stuff. And then he defeats the bad guy, who's basically running his company, but he's like selfish and trash. So that's Iron Man. He basically flies and shoots lasers. That's basically all you need to know. And then we have Cap. So Cap is he's basically like a superhuman. So way back then in like 1950 or something, maybe 1930, during World War II, I don't know. He takes this super soldier serum basically because this serum makes him more what you are, and he's like small and pathetic, but he also has a good heart. So now he's big with a good heart. So that's Cap. He basically in his first movie, the first Avenger, he just takes down Hydra. Hydra, we'll get more into that. Hydra is basically like the science division of Hydra, but they're like bad, you know. No, science division of Hitler's army, but they're like more than that. Like they make Hitler's army look stupid. Like they're eating Hitler. They're just basically like they're bad. They're the big bad guys for a little while. Mainly of Cap's story. I did a terrible job explaining that. So we got Cap and Hydra. So yeah, Cap, he is greater than Hydra in his first one, and he's blue. You know, basically, I'll just draw him for you. He wears a blue suit most of the time, and he has like a shield thing that's made of like a super rare metal. It's like super strong, so it's basically a really good shield. I can draw Iron Man, I guess, too. So this this is Iron Man. He has like a thing in his chest, and he flies around with his hands, making like jet propulsion. And then he can also like fire lasers out of his hands and stuff. So that's Iron Man there. And then we got Thor. So this, we'll go ahead and draw Asgard. We can like mark points to this and stuff. So we got this is basically what Asgard looks like a little bit. So this is Asgard, and we got Thor. So this is what Thor basically looks like. He's kind of like, he has a hammer. So in the first movie, he at the start he uses this like bridge thing to like fire him out to the ice giant area because he like hates the ice giants, so he goes and kills a bunch. But then his dad gets really mad at him, so he banishes him down to Earth and takes his hammer away from him. But then at the end of the movie, he becomes like the big hero, and he gets his hammer back. So that's Thor. He also has like really long hair, like that. So then we got Hulk. Hulk, Hulk. He's really big. So he's like he's like that. So he's really really big. So he's like a super smart scientist guy. So scientist, and he made like this gamma radiation thing. So we can just call this gamma. And what he used with the gamma, and so he's actually like a small little idiot like this, just a really smart idiot. And then he took the gamma and became Hulk. So we got Thor, Hulk, Cap, and Iron Man. Last one we got introduced is Black Widow. So Black Widow, she's basically like a Russian spy turned good. So she's like a really good spy. So basically, just all you need to know about her is spy. And then we actually got to introduce the leader of the Avengers, which is Nick Fury. It's Mick Flurry from Dairy Queen. He's basically part of Shield. So you gotta explain Shield. Shield. This is basically what Shield is. Shield. So this is kind of like their logo, kind of. It's like a bird, kind of. So that's their YOLO. So this is Shield. So Shield, they're basically like the government. They're like I believe the H in Shield stands for like Homeland Defense or something. I don't know. So they basically protect the world, kind of. And from Shield, like one of the main leaders, we got the Nick Fury. So this is Nick Fury. He's kind of stubby a little bit, and he has like an eye patch, like that. So that's Nick Fury basically, and he started something called the Avengers Initiative. So Avengers Initiative is basically Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, Iron Man, and Cap. They make the Avengers Initiative, which is part of Avengers 1. Like, that's where they come together and stuff. So then we gotta introduce another guy. This is Loki. So he's Thor's brother. So they're brothers. So this is Loki. He has like this staff that Thanos gave him. So we'll talk a little bit more about Thanos later. So Loki, he gets this staff from Thanos, and he comes down to Earth. So we'll link him to Avengers. He comes down to Earth, and he basically tries to take over the world, and he tries to open a portal using the Tesseract. So this is the Tesseract. It has connections to Captain America's movie. And it has a few connections elsewhere, I just don't quite remember. Basically, he tries to use the Tesseract to open like a portal with Thanos' army to come through and destroy Earth. So really, he is a bad guy. But the Avengers, they are able to stop him. So Avengers 1 is basically the Avengers being greater than Loki. That's Avengers 1. Okay, so now, Age of Ultron. So, this happens a little while later. So Iron Man, what he tries to do is with Iron Man and Hulk in the smart idiot form, try to make like using this, I think, the stone in Loki's staff. They tried to make like an AI. So AI. So basically, he basically wants to make. So if this is the world, so Tony Stark, if this is the world, he wants to make a suit of armor around the world using the AI from Stone, and then but then the AI makes himself into Ultron. So this is Ultron. He's an AI. He looks kind of just like uh, that. Basically, that's Ultron. So what Ultron does is so there's a spot, Sokovia. So if this is the world, I think it's like right there, and he tries to lift it up out of the ground, and then he can drop, so he can put it up above the earth and then drop it down, killing everybody. So Ultron, bad. And he uses, we got to introduce a new character. This is uh, Wanda. Wanda, not really that essential to everything, really kind of just there. So Wanda, she basically, the Mind Stone from Loki's staff turned her through like an experiment. Happened in Sokovia. I think it happened in Sokovia. I'm not sure. Basically turned her into like a powerful, like if this is Wanda, uh, she has like red magic from her hands. You can like fly and I'll do sorts of stuff. So that's Wanda, and Wanda teams up with the Avengers. So the Avengers are making another appearance, kind of surprising, seeing as it's given Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Age of Ultron. Who would have thought the Avengers would be in it? So Wanda and the Avengers basically team up to be greater than Ultron. So if this is the Avengers, they are greater than Ultron. All right. So that's basically, I think I got mainly covered everything in there. Um, we should actually talk about main event that happened. I don't know if it happens before Age of Ultron. I think it does happen before Age of Ultron. So remember Cap. So we got if this is Shield, and remember Hydra. Basically, Shield is pretty much mostly Hydra, and then Cap basically, and Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Captain America destroys Shield, but Shield is Hydra. So Captain America destroys the bad guys. For the most part, that's what happens. So Shield no longer a thing. And if Nick Fury, you're wondering what happened to Nick Fury if he was part of Shield. So Nick Fury right here, he's basically like in space now, but he has like some Skrull friends. They're basically aliens that can make themselves look like other people. He basically has Skrulls mimicking Nick Fury. He only appears a couple more times. He actually appears in Age of Ultron, and he's kind of actually what helps gets the Avengers to like really, really, do it. Yeah, basically that kind of explains it. So now Avengers Infinity War. We have a lot to talk about. So remember Thanos. He gave Loki staff. So this is um, Thanos. He's big in purple. So we'll actually, I have a purple marker, so we can actually make him purple. So he's kind of chunky and big. So this can be his head and his arms. That is Thanos. And what Thanos basically tries to do is we gotta introduce the Infinity Stones. So, Infinity Stones, we have the Mind Stone, we have the Space Stone, we have Time Stone. We'll branch off here with Time Stone a little bit. So, before Infinity War, we got to talk about Doctor Strange. So we'll start covering up this area now because this area is a little bit messed up. So, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange. He's basically a doctor, obviously. So Doctor Strange. He actually has like a cool cloak thing, so I can try and draw that there. That's his cloak. So Doctor Strange. He's a doctor, but basically, if these are his hands, if these are his hands, basically what happens is he gets in a car accident, and the car accident kills his hands, so he can't really use his hands anymore. So poor little Doctor Strange pouts about losing his hands, and then he makes a journey. So if this is the world map again, we'll just talk about the world map. If he's like here in America, he makes his way to Comertage, which is somewhere right here, I think. And in Comertage, this is basically like a bunch of like masters of the mystic arts, wizards, sorcerers. And this is basically where they live. And so at Carmitage, Doctor Strange becomes a master of the mystic arts, and he is able to use his hands through that magic power. So Doctor Strange also is the keeper of the Time Stone. So Doctor Strange and the Time Stone, very important. And then we have the Power Stone. Power Stone. Then we have the Soul Stone, which basically is very unimportant, does nothing. And then we have, what's the other one? The Reality Stone. Okay, so I'll basically, before Infinity War like happens, I'll tell you where all the stones are. So Doctor Strange has the Time Stone. The Mind Stone, one thing I forgot to mention in Avengers Ultron is they're able to, so Ultron has the Mind Stone, and they're able to make like Vision. So this is Vision. He's like a robot, but he kind of looks like a human a little bit. So this is Vision, and he has the Mind Stone in his head. All right. So the Mind Stone in Vision's head. Power Stone. No. Sorry. Space Stone is in the Tesseract, which at this point Loki has. So Loki has the Tesseract, which has the Space Stone in it. And Loki, he's kind of like, it's really hard to explain, but he was actually the big hero of Infinity War. I could make a whole nother video talking about that because it's really hard to explain. There's probably a video you can find somewhere. So we have Mind Stone with the Tesseract, no, Mind Stone with Vision, Tesseract with Loki, Time Stone with Doctor Strange, and the Power Stone, basically we gotta introduce the Guardians of the Galaxy. So these are the guards of Samsung. So we got Quill, which he's basically just a dude with guns, and he has a couple funny lines. So that's Quill. Basically all you gotta know about him. His dad is actually like a whole god creator of the universe thing, but that's not really a big deal. And then we have Groot. So Groot is special. So this is Quill. And then we have Groot. So Groot was, he's like a tree. So he was big, like this. He was big, like a tree. But then he just became like a small tiny little idiot who dances and stuff. So that's Groot, which he doesn't do much. But actually, by the time we get to Infinity War, Groot is like a teen, kind of. So he's a little bit bigger. And then we got Gamora. She's green, and she's actually Thanos' daughter. Like, not real daughter, but Thanos' daughter. But she hates Thanos. And then we gotta talk about a Rocket. So Rocket is he's kind of like Groot's bud. So Rocket, he's a rat, I think, like a experiment rat, like making him sentient and things. So this is this, I guess that is Rocket. Well, I guess you should draw on some hands. So that's Rocket. And he's really funny, kind of like the leader of the whole group. So is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Oh wait, we gotta introduce Mantis. Mantis, she's basically kind of there for like a stupid comedic relief character that has a little bit of of importance to the plot, but not really. So she's like, she basically has like antenna. So that's Mantis. So that's your Guardians of the Galaxy. So in Guardians of the Galaxy 1, which is their first movie, they get the Power Stone from Ronan. So Ronan is he's basically Thanos' little minion, kind of, and he has the Power Stone. So the Power Stone was with Ronan, but then the Guardians of the Galaxy take it and they put it in a vault in some planet vault, and then Thanos attacks the vault and gets the Power Stone. So the Power Stone is with Thanos. So then the Soul Stone. So for the Soul Stone in Captain America 1, the first Captain America, the first Avenger, the villain is Red Skull. So he's basically a human, but he has a red skull. And so closer to the end of the movie, he touches the Tesseract, and the Tesseract takes him to like a planet somewhere up here. I think it's called Morag, maybe. I don't know. We'll just call it Morag for now. So this is Morag. So basically, like up here, there's like this cliff, and he's up there with Soul Stone, and basically the Soul Stone, you just basically have to huck somebody you love over a cliff to get the Soul Stone. That's basically all it is. So Soul Stone is there. All right, and then the Reality Stone. So we got to introduce another place called Nowhere. So Nowhere is basically the skull of a Titan, kinda like just a big guy floating in space. So the Reality Stone is in Nowhere. So that's Nowhere. Reality Stone in Nowhere. So now we basically have everything you need to know for Infinity War. So in Infinity War, it starts out with Thor. Where's Thor? So Thor and Loki are in a spaceship. So this is their spaceship, and the Tesseract is with Loki, which is in the spaceship. So Thanos attacks the spaceship and gets the Tesseract. Then Guardians of the Galaxy, they hear a rescue distress call, and they're able to come here, but after Thanos is gone. So they're able to come to the spaceship. We just clarify this is a spaceship. So that's a spaceship. So Thor is still alive. So Thor is with the Guardians of the Galaxy now. And Thor is like, I want to kill Thanos, rawr. So this is Thor. So he needs to go to like Nibidelir, I think. Nibidelir. So this is Nibidelir. So basically this is where the dwarves live. So they make all the cool weapons in the space galaxy, essentially. So Nibidelir, it's like a floating ring, kind of, or ring, sort of, around like a star. And basically, I could go into more detail all that happens there, but basically Thor, so we'll make a new Thor over here, and he actually has a different haircut. It's kind of more like that now. So we got Thor. He gets another weapon. It's like an axe, basically, and it's called Stormbringer. So that's the Thor's weapon, and this weapon can actually kill Thanos. So Thanos, basically, I should explain what he's trying to do. Thanos is on a mission to get all 6 of these stones. He's basically trying to get those so he can, with the snap of his finger, kill 50% of everybody. Because he's kind of an idiot, basically. He thinks that there's not enough resources for everybody, so he wants to just kill everybody, half of everybody. That way there's enough resources. And what he predicted actually came to pass. Okay, so now we should talk about what next happens. Okay, so Thanos, then he goes to a planet called Titan. So Titan, reason he goes there is because Doctor Strange is there. Iron Man, remember him from way before, is also there. And then the Guardians of the Galaxy are also there. So he goes there for the time stone because the time stone is there. And basically, they do a big fight. They almost win until this idiot messes everything up, and ultimately Thanos gets the time stone. So now Thanos has the time stone, the space stone, and the power stone. All right, and then well, actually, before he goes to Titan, he goes to nowhere because the reality stone is there. So he gets the reality stone from there, and the Guardians of the Galaxy actually are there too. And so Guardians of the Galaxy are there. They actually split up. So half of them go here, half of them go with Thor to Midden-Litter. And they here Thanos is able to take he's able to get the reality stone, and he steals which one's Gamora? He steals Gamora because Gamora knows where the Soul Stone is. So then after nowhere, they go to where did I put it? Basically, he goes to oh, there it is, Morag. He goes to Morag with Gamora, and he hugs her over a cliff. So if this is Gamora, he just goes over a cliff and dies, and Thanos gets the Soul Stone. So now Thanos just needs the Mind Stone and the he just needs the Mind Stone now that he's come to Titan. So the Mind Stone is with Vision on Earth. So we gotta talk about Wakanda. So this is Wakanda. Wakandan. And basically, why Vision is here in Wakanda with basically the rest of the Avengers, pretty much. Everybody that's not on Titan is here, pretty much. So in Wakanda, there's this super smart person, and they're trying to remove the Mind Stone from Vision. That way they can destroy it. And here's why they can't just destroy it when Vision's in it, is because Wanda, this idiot, and this idiot are in love. So they can't kill Vision. And they don't trade lives, but there are thousands of people ready to die so they can save Vision. That's basically Cap saying, we don't trade lives, but he's willing to do it. So at Wakanda, we got Wanda and Vision, and then basically everybody else is here too. So here, so after Thanos gets all the other time stones from going all these different places, he comes here. They're almost done removing the stone from Vision, but basically Thanos is able to get the stone, and he actually gets this. So if this is like here, we got Thanos here. So Vision is here, he's dead. Thanos is taking the stone with him in his gauntlet thing, which he uses to harness the power of all the stones. So he gets all the stones there, and then Thor he's coming right in the brick of time. He comes here and chops Thanos's. He didn't actually chop anything off. He put like a hole in his chest. He attacked him with Stormbringer, but he was too late, and Thanos was able to snap, killing. So if this is all of the people, say there's 100% of the people, now there's 50% of the people. Basically, that's what Thanos did. So he won. Okay, now, so that is all of that, basically, Infinity War. Okay, so now we need to talk about Endgame. So 5 years later, 5 years later. Well, actually, more so right after Endgame, right after Infinity War. Basically, the Avengers get together and they go to the Garden. So the Garden, this is where Thanos lives now, and he's happy and everything. But so the Avengers, they go to the Garden to get the stones from Thanos so they can bring everybody back. Only thing is Thanos use the stones to destroy the stones. So that's a big problem. They don't have the stones. There's no way for them to get the stones. Now we gotta talk about somebody else. So this is Ant-Man. He's not really that essential. Basically, he has like an ant suit and he can fly around and become big and small and stuff. But Ant-Man is in somewhere called the quantum realm. So right before Thanos snaps and kills half of everybody, Ant-Man and the gang are trying to like see, I don't know what they're doing in the quantum realm. They're just doing stuff in the quantum realm. So Ant-Man, they have like this this van with like a time machine kind, well, a tunnel to the quantum realm, and Ant-Man goes into there. And so we got the gang. I'm not gonna take time to introduce everybody, but this is the gang. They have like a machine and computers and stuff to send and bring him back. Only thing is, the 50%, they're not part of that. So they're dead. Nobody can bring Ant-Man back. He's stuck in the quantum realm. So this is a very convenient part of the story. What happens is now this van is in like a storage facility. So Ant-Man in the quantum realm, and the only way he can get out is through the van. A rat, a little rat, not the rocket guy, a little rat steps on a button that brings Ant-Man back out of quantum realm. And then he's like, wait guys, I know how to time travel and stuff. So now the Avengers, which is basically everybody I've talked about before, basically Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, all those people over there, Doctor Strange, well actually Doctor Strange is dead. They are gonna go back in time, so backwards in time to get the stones. And then, so they can use this, they bring the stones back to their present time and use the stones to snap 50% of the people back. Okay, so that's kind of crazy. And they are able to go back in time, and I'm not gonna go quite into too much detail because I'm kind of running out of space and I'm running out of time for this video. But they're able to get all of the stones back. Remember Black Widow? Black Widow over here, she dies because Hawkeye, which I actually didn't introduce earlier. So this is Hawkeye. So he's kind of like a bird eye, basically. So he's like really good with the bow and everything because he's basically could see really well. They go to Morag, like back in the time. So before Thanos goes to Morag to get the Soul Stone, they go back in time to Morag to get the Soul Stone, but they don't know that you need to huck somebody over the cliff to get the Soul Stone. So they basically fight each other at times, so basically fighting, and they, Black Widow takes the sacrifice, and now Hawkeye has the Soul Stone, and then I could explain who all goes back where to get the Soul Stone, all the time stones and stuff. But I don't really want to do that because that would take a long time. But basically, the Avengers get all of the stones in the present time. So this is present time. So that's the present time. They have all the stones in the present time, and so they're able to snap and bring half of the people back. Yay, they won, right? But no. So the Power Stone, before it was actually in the vault here, it was on like ancient temple in a planet. So we'll just temple. So temple. So Quill, remember this guy? He is able to find the stone, but Thanos is also looking for it at that time. So Rhodes, which is like Iron Man's little buddy, Rhodes, and Nebula, which is one of the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's Gamora's sister, so also another one of Thanos' daughter. I didn't really explain her because I don't really like her as a character. So Rhodes, Rhodes. He basically looks a lot like Iron Man, so I'll just go ahead and draw him here. He's basically a lot like Iron Man, but he has like machine guns on his chest and stuff, and his shoulders and stuff, and like a bunch of guns. So that's Rhodes and Nebula. So Nebula, we'll just do like an N for her because I don't really care about her. So Rhodes and Nebula, they're at the temple. But Nebula is mainly like an android for the most part, because Thanos turned her into an android for the most part. So there's two Nebulas in the current time at the temple. There's Thanos' Nebula, which is bad, evil, looking for the stones, and there's present time Nebula in the past. And Thanos is able to use like video files from evil, his nebula, from this present time nebula. So this present time nebula has all the memories from present time. So Thanos, using present time nebula's memories, is able to know that in the future, so in the present time, he's able to kill everybody, kill half the people, which is what he wants to do. So he knows he wins in present future time. For him, it's present future time. For us, it's present. But he also knows that the Avengers. Avengers are able to are looking for the stones and are able to get them. So he is able to time travel, which the Avengers, they use something called PIM particles, which is what allows them to travel back in time. And I don't remember how Thanos gets them, but he gets them. And then he's able to send his ship and his armies to the Avengers complex. So this is the Avengers complex. Basically, that's what it is. I can draw some windows here because I have a little bit extra time. So that's the Avengers complex. So complex. Avengers complex. So he sends his big sky ship thing with a bunch of cannons and stuff, and all his armies. Those are his army right there. And they attack. So he fires down lasers and everything. So everything's destroyed there. So basically, to recap, past Thanos is in present future. And the Avengers have all of the time stones, and they've turned that 50% back to 100%. And Thanos, basically, he's so mad that he wants to turn that 100% into a 0% by killing everybody and then making his own new world with the 100% new. Okay, so that's basically what Thanos wants to do, but he's not able to do that. So a new character, Captain Marvel. I really hate Captain Marvel as a character, so I'm not going to explain her. She's basically a superpower. She got her superpower from the Tesseract, and she can fly and like super powerful. So she comes and she basically destroys his ship and everything. So now it's basically a big battle between Thanos and all of the Avengers, which is like 20 people at this point. To make it sure Thanos dies and isn't able to snap and kill everybody, because that would be bad. So basically, I'm just going to draw this next part a little bit here. So this is Thanos. He gets the gauntlet with all the stones in them. This is Iron Man from before. Remember Iron Man? So this is Iron Man, and this is Thanos. So Thanos has the stones, and Iron Man, what he does is he runs and attacks, and he has a fake gauntlet. And what he does is he swaps the fake gauntlet with no stones. So no stones. He swaps it with the real gauntlet. So now Thanos, he actually is able to snap, but he doesn't have any stones in it. And then Iron Man, what he does is he snaps and he kills all of Thanos' army. So Thanos gone and army gone. They win. But Tony Stark actually dies. It's super sad and everything. But that is actually phases 1 through 3 fully explained. And in about 3 years, I'll make a very, very much bigger video detailing phases 4 through 6. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope it was filming this whole time because it's been like 30 minutes. Bye.